Books we read. Books we read.
La 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 la
Welcome to Between the Pages. Today we're joined by Shristi, a talented poet who has a knack for dancing. Shristi is here to introduce us to the book The English Teacher by R.K. Narayan and to share her love for Indian authors. Let's welcome Shristi. If you like today's discussion, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to come on our show as a guest, fill out the form. The link is in the description below.
Hello, Shristi. Welcome to Between the Pages. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So, tell us more about yourself.
So, my hobbies are making poems, dancing, making new arts, and reading books. I'm in sixth grade, and yeah,
Okay, that's super interesting. So, how has life been lately?
it's good. I'm studying a lot. Exams are coming every month nowadays, and now I'm not able to shoot any of my videos.
Okay, so you have a YouTube channel. Can you tell us more about it?
So I showcase all of my talents over there. So I recently made I customized my own sneakers in there, and I showcase fluid art, and I showcase my hula hoop dance and other things like that.
That's nice. Um, so, what book are you here with today?
So the book I'm today with is The English Teacher. It is written by R.K. Narayan.
And what is
And
it?
so the protagonist name is Krishna. He is the English teacher in this book. He is very uninterested in teaching, and he gives punishment to students for no reason just because he's very bored. And then finally he receives a letter from his father-in-law saying that it's been many 2 years almost and you haven't settled up with your wife after marrying. So why don't you settle up now? So after a few days of thinking, Krishna agreed to it, and then they started looking for houses. Then, when Sushila, his wife, went to the lavatory to like see the quality of it, and when she was coming out, she got stuck in the lavatory. And then, when she finally came out, there was a big bug stuck on the lips. So she suddenly fell unconscious. After she went back home, she had some days of bed rest. Then she met a very renowned doctor in that city named Dr. Shankar. He diagnosed the wrong disease, and so that's why the medicines were different. So Sushila died because of this.
Okay.
So after this, there's a turn in the story. She, Krishna, tries to cope up with Leela, the daughter, who's just 2 years old. He tries to make her happy, and all her other chores and responsibilities. Then he put her into school, and he became great friends with the headmaster of that school. Everyone loved Leela in that school. Every day, whenever she used to reach, they used to hug each other and other things. Then Krishna got a letter from his friend, like a close friend, saying that I have a trick to communicate with your loved ones who have passed away. So Krishna said Sushila has recently passed away. I so can you tell me the trick? After he told the trick, every 4 a.m. Krishna used to communicate with the soul, and every 8 a.m. the letter used to come to him from the soul, saying all the answers and all the communication. And then that's how his life was.
That sounds interesting.
Leela's grandparents also tried to tell Krishna that we let Leela come with us for a few days. Let us take care of her. Then Krishna said a very motivational line that if God has given me this life, I should survive it. So that's how.
That sounds interesting. So, what were you feeling when you were reading this book?
I was feeling sometimes happy at the starting, and then it was suddenly getting sad. And then after Krishna said that motivational line that if God has given me this life, I should survive it, I felt happy kind of thing.
Okay. And what do you feel about Krishna? Do you like him? Do you not? How is he?
I like him, but my favorite character is Leela, the daughter, because she is very happy, no matter what happens. Like Leela asks Krishna every day that where is mother, where is mother. Krishna just simply answers that she's in the hospital with the nurse, but Leela is still happy. She's a very happy person. She makes me smile when I read her lines.
All right. And what was your favorite part of the book?
My favorite, actually, there were two parts in this book which I liked. One was where Krishna used to punish his kids for no reason because he was not interested in teaching. And the second is how Krishna coped up with Leela all alone.
All right. And if you could visit Malgudi, the fictional town where the story takes
Yeah.
place, what would you want to do there?
If I had the chance, I would really like to meet Krishna if he was real, and Leela, who always makes me smile.
Okay.
And I would try to, like, wherever Krishna went, I also want to go to that area to see those things.
Okay. And Krishna had some interesting dreams and visions in the story. Can you tell us one story that stood out to you?
One was like, he did not have very good dreams. He used to have sad dreams, which used to make him sleep with fits and starts. One was a dream where where Sushila actually is dying in front of Krishna, and he's still not able to take her to the hospital on time. So he hardly had happy dreams.
Okay. And what do you think the author, R.K. Narayan, is trying to teach us through this story?
I think they're trying to teach us that you should always be happy no matter what happens in your life. You should never give up.
Okay. Um,
And this book was like half real and half fictional.
okay.
So it's kind of like a real life story. So this is more motivation.
What do you mean by it's real life but it's fictional?
So R.K. Narayan also like his wife also passed away because of these type of diseases and all. His kid is also like not very much happy with his life.
Okay.
So it's almost a real life story. He
Okay.
wanted to kind of share his story with others in a frictional way, so that's why we call it a little real.
Okay. That's interesting. And it's great to hear that you enjoy Indian classical authors.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about some of your favorite Indian authors and what would you say to other kids that might be hesitant to try out new authors?
Okay, so I had just started with this non-illustrative books, and mostly Indian authors do that, like non-illustrative books. I like R.K. Narayan, I like Ruskin Bond, I like Sudhamurti and Lakshmi Iyer. So like Lakshmi Iyer is a nice for small kids who are around 7 or 8, and Sudhamurti is also very nice. I like Sudhamurti a lot.
I see. And what is your favorite book among these authors?
Sudhamurti, I like the Gopi Diary series.
All right.
Ruskin Bond, I like the Cherry Tree.
Mm-hmm.
And R.K. Narayan, this is the first book I've read about R.K. Narayan, so this is my favorite book for now. And other books which are illustrative, I like Jeremiah Sultan a lot.
Yeah, I like them too. Um,
And I also like J.K. Rowling.
so do I.
Yeah, so I have read books of Ikabog and The Christmas Pig.
I see. So let's get back to the story you were talking about.
Yes.
If you could change one thing about this story, what would it be?
They actually just ended the story with a question. I wanted to change it a little bit. So at the last, it's like Krishna was imagining, and in the imagination, he encountered Sushila's soul on the bed. Then after that, I wanted to change. It goes like, the then so like Krishna asks Sushila that, can you give me an advice? You are so happy in your life, even though you're not living with us, you're living in the soul place, and even Leela is happy without you. But I don't understand why I'm not happy, and I'm feeling sad and sometimes even guilty. I couldn't take you to the hospital at time. So then I would like that Sushila could give him a advice that you should find a new soulmate. You can still love me. You don't need to remarry him or like her. So I he so
That's
she
kind of, I don't know. The if the book ends like this, it's leaving you wanting more, and there's nothing after this. I think. No, wait. But yeah, this is the last book from this series, right?
yeah, yeah, it's the last book. So
So this
actually the end line of this book was, it was the moment of rare immutable joy, a moment for which one feels grateful for life and death. So it's just leaving us a question, what happened next. I just wanted to end it without a question.
okay. So this book is kind of like complicated, and I believe adults would read this book more. I don't know why it just feels like that to me. So how did you feel reading this book as a child? And yeah,
I don't think it was that complicated for me. It was interesting. I really enjoyed reading this book.
okay,
So yeah,
okay. And we're heading towards the end of this podcast.
yeah,
So I have a question for you.
yes.
It's from Vipali. She's asking, which is your best position or place to read your favorite book, and how long would you not like to be disturbed to your reading, and why?
Okay, so I in my own room, I have a small bed. I usually just take out the book from the bookshelf and start reading. And for at least 1.5 hours, I keep reading them. And after I get bored, I again start reading them. So it's like that.
And what age group would you recommend this book to?
I don't know. I feel like I was a little young to read this, but around 10 to 13 is okay.
Right. And is there something you would like to ask me?
How would you change the ending?
How would I change the ending? I feel like I would have to read the book to know how I want the ending to be. But I feel like I won't change the ending though. It's just like that. And then that is the essence of the book, and that's the magic of this particular book. I would keep it this way.
Okay, if you were a teacher or you were the protagonist in this book, would you teach your students interestedly or not interested?
Depends. If I have a good class of children, like the children are good, then I think I would treat them differently. But if they're like really naughty, then I would have to treat them differently. So it depends.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. I had a really great time talking books with you.
Welcome.
If you liked today's discussion, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to come on our show as a guest, fill out the form. The link is in the description below. Until next time, it's me, Anna Lilani, closing the BTP book for this week.
la 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 la